ever been for you?
It used to be much different because we used not like each other. Nowadays, it's just not. It's different. It's a love fest, right? Like, you ever watch a pro game before the game and all the players are out there hugging each other? The Bears and the Packers are hugging. The Lions are hugging each other and talking about who your agent is and your commercials and how much money you're making. You think Dick Butkus did that? No. Nowadays, time's different.
But your fans won't do that. And your boosters
Yeah,
and your donors.
here's the deal.
They're not going to hug on anyone wearing red Saturday.
Unfortunately, half of my family will, because they're half of them are wearing red. They're the ones that, had issues at birth. But for the most part, I love what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you, I am not denying, I've said this all the time, we don't have pro football. So half the I shouldn't say half, 45% of the state wears orange, 45% of the state wears red, 10 wears blue and gold, whatever, some percentage of that. And when they go to work, they're talking trash all week. Everybody's doing it because I get the text messages. And all the same, very similar to stuff that you're saying. And from that standpoint, yes, that's true. I've had tons of national people coming in, a few national people coming in the last few days wanting to talk about the final Bedlam. Very similar to what you're doing. And that's fair. I get it. But we can't get out of our box or we will not play well. We're not good enough to get out of our box and lose sight of what we have to do and then recover. Now, I've had teams that could. This team's not in that position.
When you were,
mentioned
last thing, I swear.
Yeah.
When you were a player versus where you are now as a coach, was it hard for you to not get caught up in the rivalry?
It didn't bother me because we didn't have phones and social media. But it was a rivalry then. Like, Bosworth spit in my face. I spit in his face. I mean, it was actually a rivalry, right? Like, the summer of before my sophomore year, I would go to parties in Oklahoma City and they would say, well, Bosworth and Migliozzo and some of those guys were here. And so I had to make a decision whether, were we going to have confrontation there and who was with me? Because, I'm not going to, those guys, I can kick them in the shin and run like hell, but I'm not dumb. So we had to make those decisions because, what kind of a frame of mind was Brian going to be in on that point? I don't know. Had he taken a vitamin C and had a few drinks, well, he might not be a guy you want to talk to at that point. He'd get real red and cross his face. So it was a rivalry then. Now it's not as much anymore, unfortunately, because of the way it is. But it's a very important game. I don't want to push past that.
Mike, you mentioned your family and sort of with you and Cal on opposite ends of this for so long when maybe the rivalry was a little more fierce like you're talking about. What was that like for your family to sort of be caught in between all of it?
So, you asked, they've all known it. You're young, so I'll give you the repeat of it. But our family is split in a lot of ways now based on different sports at OU and OSU, okay, which is fine. When my mom was around, it was a non-conversation 365 days of the year. We did not talk about it, ever. That was not going to be anything that was brought up in the family environment. And then on game day, I didn't get anything from people outside of, okay, good luck, we love you, we love Kale, hope both y'all have a good game. Well, what the hell does that mean? We both can't have a good game. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, but that was kind of a illustration of what went on during those times.
Beyond, obviously the importance of the actual game on Saturday, being around it for so long, is it just strange to you that this might not exist anymore?
Yeah, that's true. That part is true. And I had forgotten that until it got brought up yesterday, and I had a sit down with a guy from the national media, and those things don't come to my attention, and then when he brought it up, now I remember it. Now, we'll eventually play them again. I think it'll be in a bowl, like there'll be bowl. SEC and Big 12 had a lot of bowl matchups, and I think that'll probably be the next time. Regular season is, in my opinion, it's history, but the bowl matchup, you would think that whoever has a bowl game, and because they can finagle bowls now, like they don't have a pecking order like certain leagues do.